In this video on Advanced Find for Microsoft Dynamics for Sales, we're going to cover that bit after you've run your query around helping you make sure the data that gets displayed in the view matches your particular needs. Now, this is one in a series of videos that we're doing on Microsoft's Advanced Find functionality. You can see links to those videos below. Also, if you've got any suggested content, or indeed you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. Also, to point out, this video is specifically for the legacy version of Advanced Find. There are two versions, the legacy version, the modern version. The version you see will depend on what your administrator has configured as the default for your organization. If you're seeing something completely different from what I'm showing in this video, it's likely you're running the modern version. We've done a full set of videos for both, so those are in the links below. Now, in terms of how we sort of manipulate the data that shows once you run a query, let's create a really basic query. So let's go to the Advanced Find. Just going to click on that, open that up. I'm in the contacts area, so it's going to assume it's a contact search. Obviously, I could change that if need be. And I'm just going to do new for a new search. Select the field. I'm just going to jump to the S's. And for the sake of creating a basic query, I'm going to say status equals active. That's as far as I'm going to go. If I now click results, you'll see the data that's brought back. So we're using Microsoft's standard test data. There's not many records in the system at the moment. It's displaying 13 contact records, but it's not giving me a great deal of information. So I've got full name and business name as standard. So I actually want something rather more meaningful for me. So what I can do is go back to the Advanced Find. Now I've got a button here called Edit Columns. That's going to allow me to change the data that's displayed there. So if I click Edit Columns, I can see the two fields that it's got, full name and business name. Now, the first thing I might want to do is remove some. So if I highlight business phone, because I don't want that, I've got the ability to remove that by clicking remove, which I'm going to do. Do I want to remove this column? I do want to remove that column. So I've removed a column that I didn't need, but now I'm going to add some columns. So I'm going to add a column from the contact record itself. I'm going to add, just tick the box here for address one city, and I'm going to scroll down and try and find a job title. Unfortunately, you do have to scroll. I've gone past it, I think. Job title. Select that. So I've added those two to it. OK that. And I can now show the results. Now, if I go back to my Advanced Find, I might want to add some information about the related organization, not just change the contact fields that are displaying. So in order to do that, I can go to Edit Columns, Add Columns. At the moment, it's pointing to the record type of contact, but I can change that. So if I click on the down arrow on the right of that field, I can now select company name account, which is where the data about the related organization is held. I can only display data from parent records. I can't display data from child records. I can run queries based on child records, but I can't display data from them. So if I go to company name account, select that, that's now allowing me to see the account related information. And we said we would add, or we're going to add, annual revenue. So if I just scroll down to annual revenue, I'm going to select that, and I'm going to run my query again by clicking OK and clicking for results. So I've changed it. I've deleted a field from that view. I've added a couple of contact fields, and I've added a field from the related organization record. So I've been able to manipulate what data is shown there. What I can also do is move that data around. So perhaps I want that job title field to appear alongside full name. So what I can do is go to the advanced find. Again, go back to edit columns. And this time I can highlight the job title column. And I've got these arrows that I can move things back and forward. Let's say I want to move job title to be alongside full name. I can just move it with the arrow. So I can highlight fields and move them around using those arrows. So I can actually get the column order that I want just through selecting the field and then moving it around using the arrows. If I now OK that and go back to the results, I can see that that's moved alongside. But I'm also seeing a bit of an issue here that job title field is truncating. So I actually want that column to be bigger. So again, we can manipulate the data in that respect as well. So if I go back to the advanced find, if I go back to edit columns, and if I now go and highlight the job title field, I've got a function here, a button here to change the properties of it. And what I can do is now that's got a width of 100. Let's expand that out to 200 to give it a bit more room. OK that. OK, and then we'll run the results again. And I've now manipulated that column so it's the right width for me. So I'm happy with things now. The last thing I'll show is that I can also sort the data. So let's say we want to sort it on city. I can go back to advanced find. I can click edit columns again. I can then configure sorting. And it's by default saying sort by full name. I want to change that to city. And so I can define whether it's ascending order or descending order. Let's just OK that. I'm happy enough with that. OK that. Run the results. And we've now ordered and sorted that view by the city field alphabetically. Anyway, hopefully that helps you understand how you can determine what data is shown and format it in a way that works for you once you've run your query. If you want to see other videos in the series, see the links below. If you've got any suggested contacts, again, see the links below, or indeed, if you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully see you again soon.